We traveled to Baja California Sur in Mexico for one reason: to dive with sea lions. Ever since a fellow diver in Oman told us about the resident sea lion colonies in the Sea of Cortez, it's been high on our travel list. So we are now here, and I am so excited. In this video, we're on a mission, traveling by land and water to share the ocean with these playful and curious dogs of the sea. And let me tell you, each dive just got better and better. You'll want to stick around until the end for what's probably the most incredible wildlife encounter we've ever had. Let's dive in with our first stop in La Paz.
And I think I'm gonna drive, so because Melissa can't drive.
I can't drive.
Legally. All right. Here we are. It's super manual.
The journey begins.
The journey begins.
Fingers crossed. And they're crossed for good reason, because Rishi and I did not plan this trip very well, the details of which we discussed over an earlier breakfast.
For you? And we have two things that are kind of working against us today.
There's a tropical storm
Yes.
in the Pacific right now called Alvin that is churning very close to La Paz.
It's supposed to hit here tomorrow. Luckily, there haven't been any closures.
And we haven't gotten any notifications.
So that could potentially destroy our plans.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is that we did not do our research properly and came right before they actually closed this particular dive spot for mating season. The mating season, at least, is from June until August or September. And they close off like access to this area for divers, for snorkelers, for boats, so that the sea lions have their own like little private spot to get it on. So if we don't make it today, we're not making it at all.
Since the dive shop hadn't reached out to let us know the trip was canceled due to the weather, we figured all was still a go. So we decided to take the 10-minute drive along La Paz's Malazón to Marina Palmira, where we'd be taking off from.
I got this fancy thing today. This is going to be the underwater, I don't know what I call this, bracket, but it's going to keep the footage stable.
Yeah.
And there's a light that's going to go up there, so we're getting fancy now. There's a company called Sea Lion Dive Center. No affiliation, not sponsored. We had to pay from our own pockets. It's about 3,600 pesos per person, plus I think park fees of like 200 pesos, so 3,800. Gear is free, which is kind of nice. Guess we're the only ones diving today. Feel like special guests. That is definitely not our boat.
But the tiny one next to it was. No complaints from us at all. We were just thrilled to learn the marina wasn't closed, and on top of that, we were the only two divers on this tour. We were so grateful that Amandine and Diego, our dive guides, were willing to take such a small crew out into the water.
The last day in the sea lions colony, so
I know, that's why. Thank you. Thank you for getting us in.
Yeah, no, we appreciate it. We did not know this was the last day until
yeah.
we messaged you guys. I am so happy to be out on the water.
Rishi was also very excited, but he's the tech guy and had to make sure our action camera settings were good to go for underwater footage. The ride to Los Islotes from the marina takes a little over an hour. Los Islotes is at the northern tip of Isla Espiritu Santo, and it's basically a couple of large rocks that a colony of California sea lions have made their home.
White stuff is poop.
But just around the bend from the poop rock, we finally started to see what we had come for.
Oh yeah, the sea lion. Oh. Sea lions everywhere. Sea lion. Sea lion. Sea lions.
Wow. They're just like, you see the, over there on the rock?
Oh yeah.
They're just all over the place.
And as much as we could have stayed above water and spotted sea lions all day long, it was finally time to dive in. We followed Amandine down the boat's anchor rope to a depth of about 6.5 meters, which translates to about 21 feet. The water in the Sea of Cortez is not as warm as the Gulf of Mexico at this time of year, hence the reason we had on thicker wetsuits. But it wasn't uncomfortable, with temps around 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Despite seeing so many sea lions on the surface, we didn't immediately see any underwater. And I'm not gonna lie, that had me worried for a minute. But then Amandine called our attention to something behind us. A sea lion taking interest in Diego. And then we started to see some groups of sea lions above us, resting at the surface. Before we got into the water, Diego told us to temper our expectations, that the sea lions are not as interactive this time of year as they are in September, after 3 months of not seeing any humans at all. He said it's almost like they miss seeing the divers over the summer months, like a long-lost friend. But then this young pup came out of nowhere and honestly caught me off guard, even though Rishi tried to warn me. In the best way possible. It was such a sweet encounter to be able to look into this young pup's eyes.
Is this the archer? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's where we were diving under.
I know.
How's the first day?
Oh, the baby seal that
The baby
came
seal,
so
yeah.
close to my nose. Oh, I love it. Dive number 2 is gonna be either somewhere over there or somewhere over there. So I think we have to stay above water for 45 minutes to an hour. And then
Yeah,
go back.
either way, pretty sights.
Yeah, it is really cool.
For the second dive, we moved to a slightly different location in the same area so that we could take a different underwater path. We followed Amandine down the rope again to about 11.6 meters or 38 feet. I thought I saw sea lions right away, but they were just snorkelers. It's amazing how similar sea lions, snorkelers, and divers all look underwater. We did eventually come across some female sea lions playing with one another. Young females are the most likely to interact with divers and snorkelers. They're the most playful and the most curious. Adult males, however, can be very territorial and aggressive. Amandine told us that if we noticed males around, we'd have to swim away, but if it was just females and pups, it was okay to play. And as if our luck hadn't already been good enough that day, Amandine and Diego spotted a massive pod of bottlenose dolphins.
What do you think?
It's so cool.
So special. What a great way to end the diving day. Just with that.
Our next diving adventure had us heading out of La Paz to a small town called La Ventana. But there was no way we could leave La Paz without checking out its world-famous beaches first.
Welcome to day 2 in Baja California Sur, and we're today at the beautiful beach Ballandra.
It's slightly overcast today, so the sun's not as intense, which is great because now we can wade through this, like, it never gets higher than like hip high water. If you look at the people all the way out there, I'll try to zoom in. They are only up to, I think, like their shoulders or their chests. So this is really shallow water for a very long distance out to the water. It's beautiful too. There's a mountain surrounding here with this beautiful like brownish reddish rock. Oh, you getting cold?
Yeah. If you see us looking down a lot today, we were told there are stingrays that are all over.
They find like a nice little place to rest in the sand, bury themselves in. So you can see them if you're looking really hard, but if you're not looking for them, it's very easy to step on them.
It's cold. The water is really cold. Okay, not really cold. I would say it's in the 60s.
You missed all of the sounds of her being like, oh, 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 oh.
I feel like I have like a cartoony sound I make when I'm like cold. One thing you want to know about beaches in Baja California is they're not warm beaches. The Pacific Ocean water is actually pretty cold. So yeah, if you're coming here, I think the ideal time to come when the water is warm is September, October, is what we're told, the warmest. But even then, it will not compare to the Caribbean waters. The Caribbean waters are way warmer. All right, making our way back.
Around the bend from Ballandra, we found Tecolote Beach, which I actually think is more picturesque than Ballandra, with a view of Isla Espiritu. While Ballandra is a federally protected natural area, Tecolote is not, so there are more vendors and amenities there. It's also nowhere near as shallow as Ballandra, and it had so many more pelicans. Rishi was very much so done with the cold water, so he opted to stay out and get some drone footage. But I, on the other hand, wanted one more wade in the water before getting back on the road. By the time we made it to La Ventana, it was evening, so we really only had time for a quick walk on the beach. La Ventana is known as one of the best sites in the world for kite surfing, but what we saw was even cooler. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's
Early morning again.
yeah, not too early. It's like 7:10 or something like that. But we gotta go in 10 minutes to go diving again. We're going to a place called La Reina. We're taking a boat from La Ventana where we're staying out there, and we're hoping to see some mobula rays and some more sea lions today. But it's another diving adventure. Anytime you go out into nature, you just see what you see and you don't complain. Yeah.
Breakfast, and then we're going. God, look at how black this one got. Oops.
La Ventana is not a big place. So it was a quick walk to Baja Underwater Expedition's office and an even quicker ride to the boat launch.
This is the boat.
The crew this time around was a bit bigger. We had Caro, Laura, and Facundo as our dive guides, along with 2 additional divers. And just like last time, Rishi spent most of the ride adjusting the action camera settings, and the wetsuits were very, very tight.
Daily problem.
La Reina is an islet located on the northern tip of Isla Cerralvo, about an hour boat ride away from La Ventana. Most of the sea lions at La Reina actually are from the main colony we visited at Los Islotes. The sea lions frequent this area because it's rich in fish, has warm, clear water, and offers a really good spot for resting and playing. It's kind of like a natural playground for them. We followed Facundo down to a depth of about 14 meters, which is approximately 46 feet. Facundo would later tell us that the water was unusually clear that day. As soon as we descended, we were greeted by a group of sea lions already deep in play, chasing each other, spinning in circles, and nipping at each other's tails like underwater puppies. Sea lions are highly intelligent marine mammals. They can recognize individual humans, solve puzzles, and even understand simple logic. In fact, researchers say their cognitive abilities are comparable to dolphins and some primates. Then, one curious sea lion caught sight of us. She slowly glided down and positioned herself right in the middle of our group, resting calmly on the ocean floor. At first, she just lay there, completely still, watching us. And then she sat upright, staring straight at us, and began releasing little puffs of air, just like the ones we were making with our regulators. It really looked like she was trying to imitate us. What we're seeing, this playful bubble-blowing behavior, is exactly how they explore new things. They watch, they mimic, and sometimes they turn you into the entertainment. After a couple of minutes, she lost interest and darted up to the surface. But not too long after, 2 more sea lions appeared, spiraling and weaving around us like we were part of the pod. It felt less like a dive and more like an invitation into their world.
Explain to the camera your predicament.
I don't know if they can hear me, but I need a pee, and there's no bathroom on this boat. So I gotta go into the wide ocean.
He has to go there.
If anyone has tips on how to pee in a wetsuit while in the water, please let us know. We have not figured it out yet, and it honestly feels physically impossible. The second dive of the day was not that impressive. We moved to another spot called La Reinita, and the visibility was pretty bad, so we'll spare you the entire experience. But we will leave you with a small glimpse of a manta ray we ran into on our way back to shore. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and we really hope you enjoyed the video. We'll catch you next time.